Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney. I was hoping that saying her name 3 times while staring into my webcam, that she would all of a sudden appear behind me. Today I'm wearing a very relevant cap because yes, this cap symbolizes me and symbolizes half of the internet, if not maybe more of the internet at this fucking point in time. Because yes, we are here to talk about Sydney Sweeney and how she has a fucking chokehold. A fucking chokehold on the goddamn internet. On all of us. All of us. Now, contrary to popular belief, Sydney Sweeney has actually been around for a decent amount of time. Now, she got her real start by starring in the hot film Spiders 3D. I'm just kidding. So, Sydney Sweeney's been acting actually for a long time. I didn't know this, but she's been an actress for a very long time now. She is still relatively young. She's only 26 at the moment, and she turns 27 later this year. So she is still relatively young, but she started acting. Her first acting credit is all the way back in 2009. And since I'm basically a similar age to Sydney Sweeney, in 2009 I was a humble little 11-year-old. So she first started acting when she was 11 years old. But it's only been like the last few years that she's really skyrocketed into the fame that she is now. She really started to get popularity when she started in the hit TV series Euphoria. Now, I myself have never watched Euphoria. I'm not a fan of it. It's just about teens taking drugs from what I've garnered. I mean, legit, from the clips that I've seen and from what I've heard about it, it's literally just about teens in high school doing drugs and having sex. Am I the only one that feels weird? Like a little bit off topic right now. But why is it that it's always going to be... am I the only one that feels weird when it's a show about high schoolers having sex and doing drugs? But anyways, back on topic. Sydney Sweeney. So she has been somewhat in the limelight for the last few years. But it has mainly been in the last, I'd say around 6 months, that she has really started to skyrocket into the fame that she has now. And it's mainly been because of 2 things. And it's funny because those 2 things are actually really fucking terrible. Now, the first one is Madam Web. Now, Madam Web came out recently, and it is by far, I haven't seen it myself. I have seen multiple clips of it. I have seen people talk about it. I am not willing to go to the movies and give Sony my money because of how bad I remember I made a video of when that, the first trailer for the movie came out, and I knew it was going to be bad just by watching the fucking trailer. By watching the trailer, I knew how bad the movie was going to be. But besides that, we all loved seeing Sydney Sweeney in the trailer. And when we saw a sneak peek of her in her Spider-Woman suit, god damn, she was like, woo! She looked so goddamn fine, and she fitted the character, who was Julia Cornwall, she's like a different rendition of Spider-Woman, with the blonde hair, the very good assets. She suited that rendition of Spider-Woman superbly, and everyone fucking fell in love with her. And then right after that, we started seeing clips of her new movie that was starting to come out, a rom-com, which we don't really get many these days. Rom-coms are kind of dead, but we started getting clips from her and trailers from her upcoming movie, Anyone But You. And in these trailers, in these clips, before the movie came out, the movie is released now. I had a look at the reviews before making this video. It's gotten mixed reviews. It's not great. It's not bad. I feel like that's what rom-coms get anyways. And like I said, I feel like rom-coms are kind of dead. But besides the fact is that Sydney Sweeney looked goddamn fine as fuck. Holy Jesus. That woman is beautiful. She is... If she had to come up to me and she had to say, hey, Donnie, I will spit in your face, I'd just be like, all right, yeah, that's fine. At least I could say that Sydney Sweeney spat in my face. Come on, man. And she also recently appeared on SNL. And like I said, she has got the internet in a goddamn fucking chokehold. A chokehold! And there's been multiple clips that have come out of her in the SNL. Some of them I mean, I have to say this. Majority of them are because of the great assets that she gives off to the rest of the world, but also because there's been the actresses who participated in Madam Web, they know it's bad. Dakota Johnson fired her like manager or her agency people once the reception for the initial trailer came out. And during like the promotion to promote the movie before it came out, in all the interviews, she looked like she didn't want to fucking be there at all. I mean, I don't blame her. But Sydney Sweeney came out on SNL, and during her monologue, she made a really good joke about how no one saw Madam Web, and it was, I gotta admit, it was kind of funny.
You might have seen me in Anyone But You or Euphoria. You definitely did not see me in Madam Web.
And obviously, we know whenever they get someone on to do SNL, they get that person that they do skits. Now, I will say this about SNL. SNL has very much declined in the last few years. Let's just be honest. SNL these days is a joke. It is SNL majority of the time. Like, it is really a joke. Like, it went from being like this like show where it would be all about the comedy and they'll bring on comedians about the time, and now majority of the time it's literally actors and actresses or singers just to promote their shit. That's really all it is. But apparently this SNL, this recent episode of SNL has been one of the most viewed like episodes in recent time. I mean, are we all surprised? No. Why? Because they got Sydney Sweeney on it. And when they got Sydney Sweeney on it, they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. And I think Sydney Sweeney herself knows. Like, she herself has to know. Like, the kind of fan base that she has. Degenerates like myself. Degenerates on the internet. And it's not just men as well. Like, yes, she has a large male fan base that she has in that fucking chokehold, but it's a lot of women too. You'd be very surprised of how many women like to look at beautiful, hot women. And I'm not just talking about lesbians or bisexual women. Some straight women, some heterosexual women. I have an ex-girlfriend who was straight, like actually straight, but she could still appreciate a good-looking woman and would still love to look at a good-looking woman. Like, all women. It's literally. And they knew what they were doing in this episode. When they got Sydney Sweeney to come out and they did a Hooters skit. They did a skit of Hooters. And if you don't know what Hooters is infamously known to be like the male gazing restaurant where all the waitresses are, short shorts and, these V-neck, very low-hanging V-neck tops, and, they push in there. So that's to try and show off, the assets to get those creepy old men in to spend a lot of money and give tips. And when she came out, like I said, they knew, they know what they were doing. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. And then there's also other photos that came out of Sydney Sweeney for SNL, and she's in this beautiful red dress, and oh my god, she looks fucking amazing. She looks amazing. Like, holy shit. And then also, during the outro, someone, she was wearing a very low-cut dress, and, of course, someone in one of these Twitter comments just decided to, apparently he used the science and advanced algorithms to demonstrate how men perceive the video of her, showing the outro of her the SNL episode, and like I said, bro, it's not just the men. It's not just the men. She has the whole internet. She has the internet in a goddamn fucking chokehold. A chokehold at the moment. But you know what? We can't be mad. We can't be mad. Like, are we mad that a beautiful young woman has the whole internet in a chokehold? No. No. She is good looking. She's extremely good looking. She's a very beautiful woman, and she has some great assets. Holy shit. Fuck me. I hope to see her. Some more films. Maybe some films that I'll actually go and watch. Like, I have to admit, Sydney, you need a better agency. Like, the movies that she has been in and that she has lined up, I mean, they're not really all that great, are they? Like, this reality one, apparently it was actually pretty decent. Got some decent, they actually got some, like, good reviews. But, Anyone But You, mixed reviews. Madam Web, holy shit, that's terrible. Psychological horror film, I hope that's great. And she's got another couple, Echo Valley and Eden. Have to wait and see about like if those are good. Obviously, she's still in Euphoria. So, when that new season comes out, everyone's going to be fucking simping over her, There's also apparently an episode in Euphoria where the twins come out during that episode. And I think actually what I said at the start of the video, I might have to retract that. And I might have to get around to watching Euphoria now after learning that information. That, yeah, during an episode, I don't know what episode it is, but during that episode, the twins come out to play. And, yep, that might have to get me into Euphoria now. But, yeah, that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think about Sydney Sweeney down below. Has she got you in a chokehold like she does me and the rest of the internet? I mean, I'm a single, lonely man, so, I mean, of course she has me in a chokehold. Fuck me. I mean, almost anything at this point can have me in a chokehold, really. A woman could say hi to me and then all of a sudden she'd have me in a chokehold. But that's it from me. Peace out.